Okay, sorry about that. My phone started to ring. So, not only that you are going to have that useless item, you cannot gank them. You are going to lose farm because the Shadow Blade is not gonna help you at all in this case. So you cannot gank. What else? You can go for team fights. Yeah, sure. You are really strong early game. You have a nice advantage, so it makes a lot of sense to go for team fights and for push. Okay, it makes a lot of sense. But can you do it? Like you're going to ask someone, you're going to ask them, can you please come and let's go as 5. Okay, I have some advantage. Look at this, I'm facing a Shadow in middle, I totally crush him, but now he's just double raising everything, getting all the farm from the lane, all the farm from the jungle. So what can I do? Please come with me and let's do it. But they're not gonna, they don't get it, they don't really understand how this is gonna work. So you're basically gonna have a bad time trying to keep up in the farm with Shadowfiend. So I think you're starting to get the point, right? Every hero has a game plan. The whole idea of boosting MMR is to play a hero that cannot be stopped by your own teammates. Okay, your game plan should work no matter how bad or how good your teammates are gonna be. If they are gonna be bad, you still have chances to win, and if they are gonna be good, you are gonna win like 90% of the cases if your game plan is totally nice. Another thing that you have to worry about, of course, is the enemies. Um, the enemies, you also, your game plan should not be countered by your enemies. So now things are gonna get complicated, okay? Because you are going to be, let's say, a 2k MMR player. You're going to have some bad enemies. A 3k MMR has some average enemies. 4k MMR has pretty good enemies, and so on. So what that means, you have to identify how what your enemies are doing. What is your enemy usually doing? Okay, so like I've told you before, the mentality of people that play Dota, especially at lower rank, they are not communicating at all. They are not communicating at all, and they don't understand how this game plan work. The whole point of boosting MMR is to try to use this in your advantage. Okay, try to play a hero that can be stopped only if they are going to communicate, because they are not gonna do it. Okay, that's the whole point. For example, Slark can work really nicely at like 4k MMR range, because at 4k MMR range people are going to support you, kind of. Okay, most of the time you're gonna have a support, so you can get pretty nice farm. You can use that farm to kill people, because like I've said, you cannot farm. Slark is not a hero that farms really fast, so you can go with the Shadow Blade and try to kill people. You kill them, you snowball really hard on top of them. In order for them to counter you, they cannot gank you because you are pretty elusive. They have to gank you when you are pretty weak, in like min 5 or 6, but they need to use at least like 2 or 3 heroes to stop you, and they're not gonna do it. Okay, so I'm using the fact that at 4k MMR I'm gonna have a support. I'm also using the fact that at 4k MMR they are still not good enough to cooperate and counter me as like in a team of they're not gonna go as free to counter me. But how do I know that? Well, since I've been coaching like hundreds and hundreds of people, I need to think from their perspective. Okay, I watched a lot of people play hundreds of hours, like I've said. I know how they think. I know how 2k or 3k or 4k MMR thinks in general. Okay, in general, I'm not saying it's gonna work for you every single time, but boosting MMR is not about that. Boosting MMR means to have a really high win rate. That's basically it. Okay, you want to have a high win rate. There is not a hero in a game and not a player in the game who has 100% win rate in 100 games. No, but he can have something like 75% win rate, which is still pretty good and is still gonna give him a lot of MMR.